Hello everyone and welcome to Moonride, where we are channeling the man in the moon. Today I'm going to take a look at William Barr. If you've seen some of my videos in the past, you know that I was totally wrong about Barr. I saw some images, they were like this, Barr kind of talking with Mueller. I did see some strife there, but the next thing I saw was the American flag. And I assumed that that was Trump, or I should say, Barr's love of the country. It might just have been my love for the country, or all our love for the country. Just to give you FYIs about how I work, and if you're working in a similar way, maybe you can learn from my mistakes. Often our own feelings get in the way, or we just interpret something and it doesn't have the meaning we think. Often we find out what that means afterwards. So let's take a look at Barr. What the heck is he doing? Spirit, why is Barr doing this? Hmm. It's funny because he appears to me almost like a child with these puppy dog eyes. He's just desperate for a reassurance that he's an okay guy. Barr kind of has an identity crisis. I see him with a question mark over his head, like he doesn't know what it doesn't know. He doesn't know who he is. It's up to us to validate him and who he is, and in this case, it's up to people who are very conservative. That's how he identifies himself, by how others want him to be. Mm. He's kind of that kid who got pushed around in school, and he desperately wants to fit in, and he'll do anything to be one of the cool kids. Mm. It's funny because I kind of feel like a feeling of his lack of self worth, and since he doesn't value his own self, he doesn't value anyone. He just values power, abstract power. And he's very much controlled by dark forces, just like on an internal level. Like if you believe that sort of dark forces are out there in the universe, working upon certain people, if you believe that, if you interpret the world that way, I think that is to some degree true. Then that's what's going on for Barr. He's an agent of very dark forces. Yeah, and he's really frustrated. It's not working out. He tried to make himself above others, and it isn't working out. He's like, okay, again, the symbol is the crown, which has fallen, and he's got this crown in his hand, and he keeps trying to put it back on his head, and it doesn't fit. Okay, you'll note the noise. The noise is interrupting me, much in the way Barr was interrupted in his work, in his endeavor, I should say, to uh, to take control. Hmm. Notice that he's overweight, and the last thing I want to do is go on record as condemning overweight people. Please don't do that. That's wrong. But the fact that he overeats is just telling. It's like he's stuffing himself. He's trying to get some. He's trying to get some soul out of it somehow. He's, there's a void, and he tries to fill it with food and pleasure. Mm. Yeah, and Kid, he was that guy that hides behind the bully, right? And the bully, when the bully needs him, he gets him to do his bidding. That way, he's not the one that's victimized. For him, that's just the way the world works. So, what's going to happen next with Barr? Barr is reeling from a good many attacks. It's like he turns one direction, then another, then another, then another. He can't stop all the fires that have started, and it's starting to weigh upon him. Even his wife is kind of looking at him sideways, like, "Man, really? Are you really doing this?" She's also concerned because she thinks he's going to go to jail, and she could be right. Yeah, I see a woman crying alone in bed, and that's Barr's wife. I do think that he will go to jail. Is there anything else that we would know? We will find out before he goes to jail. Barr is hiding something. A good many reports have come out that have exposed Trump and Barr, but he's still sitting on a report. He's still sitting on something, and I know he just asked for yet another examination of the FBI after they were pretty much exonerated of bias today. Maybe is this the report? Yeah, and that seems like the report he's been sitting on. It's the one that Horowitz just put out. I think that's what he's sitting on. It's very clear. So I think we're being told that because he's desperate to get another report out to try to prove what's just been disproven. But it's not going to work out very well for him. It's like he's going to keep trying and trying and trying to pin something on the FBI, and he's just not succeeding. That's what I see him doing, is becoming very frustrated and angry, and now he's really trying to do this. You know, the people who are working for Trump, some of them know that they will be prosecuted if they continue to misrepresent the truth. And so they're not really going to do what Barr says because they don't really believe that Trump will be president. So, yeah, did you hear the bang? Trump won't be president much longer? Okay. Let's hope he goes out with a whimper and not a bang. Anything else that we need to know about Barr? Very dark person, very much the enemy of people. But understand that he is psychologically weak. And even weaker than Trump. He's not a reactionary. He's just a wimp. And he keeps getting angrier and angrier that the crown's fallen off of his head. He had massive ambitions. He thought he could be president. He thought he would be loved forever, and he would wind up being the Attorney General for, 20 years or something. And that's what's getting him, is that it's clearer and clearer that he will not be successful in the cover-up. Is Barr going to get impeached before Trump? No, I don't think so. Or Trump, spirit goes like this. So usually that means stop here or big fat no. I still haven't quite figured out which. Can you tell me anything else about Barr? Will he be impeached before Trump? I am getting a no. Now I'm getting spirit shaking its head saying no, no, no. He's not going to get impeached before him. Is Trump getting impeached soon? No, obviously Trump's getting impeached soon. But we don't know when he's leaving. Will Trump leave before Barr? Yes, but just barely. It's like Trump falls and then Barr falls. It's almost very much like Trump is taking him down with him. So Trump will go first, but it will be just barely first. So almost simultaneous. And boy, are those two scared. Trump and Barr. They are terrified of what's going to happen. One thing that you might note is the way that they're acting, which is totally faking it, lying, all that stuff. These are desperate acts. Even the people who are trying to believe them are committing desperate acts. They're desperately trying to believe something they know is false. So this should show you something. It should show you that these guys are really knowing. They know they're in trouble. They know that they are lying, and they have nothing else. The truth will not suit them, so they'll just fake it. And you can fake it for a while, but not forever. And down the road, these guys are both going to get what justice is, and they know it. They're running scared. All right. On that note, thanks for watching.